the Disney Wonder and Royal Caribbean Rhapsody of the Seas arrived at Port Royal this morning. I think Royal Caribbean Rhapsody was en route since yesterday because we could see it in the distance. I took a photo of that one when I was coming into work because I can see it from the hill where I live. And then today now, an editor called me while I was on my way to St. Thomas and said, yo, if you can manage to grab like 2 images from it on your way to your assignment, which is more important, you know, just please, if you can, fine. If not, no. So I decided to make an attempt. Let me start up the camera on this phone so you can actually see. I'll splice this in to the edit somehow. Here we go. Still ingesting from the St. Thomas assignment, which was a ton of work, but I'm not going to be showing you any of that. Let me move the ingest window out the way. All right, so basically this is kind of like a tips video on how to document something that's not that interesting and I guess make it interesting. All right, so here we have the Disney Wonder. Boom, Mickey Mouse. Cool. All right, so at first I saw the ship in the distance by itself. I think, yeah, so this was actually the first shot, I think. No, it's not the first one, but anyway, point being is the ship by itself, like we have here, is not that interesting. I think my reason for taking this shot is because I realized that the Disney Wonder was here, and then we had the Rhapsody is back here. So the Rhapsody was actually docked at Port Royal here. So I was trying to capture both and at the same time show a little bit of the city. But that's difficult because they're so, you know, wide. So we got that. That didn't necessarily work out exactly what I wanted. So we moved on to this one. Here, I could get a bit more of the city skyline into the shot. All right. Just for a little bit of interest outside of the ship. Then I happened to notice some guys fishing. This is like across the road from the cement factory, I think. And I'm like, yeah, that would actually be awesome if I could not juxtapose, but use them as foreground interest. I had a 70-200 with me to assist with the reach that I needed. So I like this photo the most of the set. We've got some guys under here. We have a guy under here fishing, which is kind of cool. But you know, yeah, Jamaicans out there doing them things, and Jamaicans coming home from on the cruise ship. Then I like this one here because of that one random bird flying by, but I missed that, what's that word? That essential moment. I'd have preferred to have him centered like right over the top of the boat. Didn't notice him until last minute though. Slight difference on angle from this shot over here and this one over here. So the ship, so I moved basically to just get a different vantage point. As you can see where the ship intersects with the people here versus here. So, I mean, I still think I prefer the first one, but just for options. And then as I was walking away, after pretty much, you know, wrapping it up, I noticed a little tree branch so I could get a little foreground interest. Middle would be the ship, and then background is the city. I like. And the last photo is similar, but different foreground frame. So this is more like a U kind of shape, so to speak. I think the other one though, which is here, is way more interesting. I saw this guy walking by, kind of waited it out, and then eventually he stopped and just kind of, you know, looked on at the ship like, whoa, what the hell, look at this, you know, that kind of awe and wonder moment. I think this is the one that the paper used for the social media post about the returning Jamaican residents. You got the Jamaican flag is somewhere on this. Hold up, let me move this up a bit. Yeah, there we go, right there. But anyway, yeah, so this is what I ended up using. I still think I prefer that shot with the fisherman, but I do, this one has a vibe too, as in the one that I actually use has a vibe. I was trying to see if I could frame one image with a passerby, but didn't get the timing quite right. I wanted to get like the front of the ship, but then I wouldn't really get to see like the name and so on, so that was a bust. Well, actually it's there, but I'd have probably needed the front of the ship to make it perfect, and clearly there's not enough space, because like right here is where the name is, guy's head is there, not enough space to get the front of the ship in. But yeah, you know, decent attempt at telling a story using your environment and whatever it is that's passing. But again, back to what I was saying. So the point of this is, not everything is interesting that you photograph, but there are always ways to use your environment to make the photo or subject just a smidge more interesting. Because truthfully, if it's just a ship alone, like that, you know, that's not that interesting. But, you know, you pull back a bit or get closer a bit and frame it in a particular way to show some of the environment, to tie it to whatever it is that you're trying to tell for the story, and then you have something, you know, you got something in your hands. So yeah, just a little bit of insight into how a photojournalist, I guess, should work or think. And that's that.